Another meeting prior to this and ran a little longer than I thought, but I'd like to call the meeting to order. Welcome everybody. Good morning. And go to the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And item number 3, approval of the agenda.
Make a motion to approve the agenda.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
I don't think you're voting.
Approval of minutes.
Make a motion to approve the minutes.
I'll second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Approval of claims for payments.
I'll make a motion to approve claims for payments.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
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 Motion carries. Set date for the public hearing, fiscal year 2014-15 budget. We have a recommended time.
Did you have it?
Yep,
Okay.
I can
Go
make
ahead
it.
and make
I
that
can do
motion.
it. I'll make a motion to set the date for the public hearing for our 14-15 budget, fiscal year budget, March 5th at 4:45 in the courtroom.
I will second that.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion?
You have 2 seconds.
Okay. Hearing none, other than the other set of minutes. None on the budget hearing. All in favor say aye.
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 Aye. Motion carries. We have another set of minutes that need to be approved for
Of
January
January 16th.
16th.
I'll make a motion to accept those.
I'll second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion?
No, they were good minutes. Those were good ones.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. GIS quarterly report. Do we have a motion to accept her GIS
Yeah,
quarterly
we went over
report?
this with her at last week when she came in for her budget. So we've been through it
Yeah.
and it looked good. Appreciate her keeping us in the loop on those reports. She does a nice job. So I'll make a motion to accept that report.
I'll second.
Been moved and seconded. Any more discussion? Hearing none. All in favor say aye.
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 Motion carries. The county audit report. Move to accept or the county audit report.
Let me go through a couple things here real quick. Just a couple little changes that they've made in the audit report, and these are all set by our standards. But if you turn to page 2, this is actually the independent auditor's report that basically does our opinion. They've kind of revamped this year and have broke it out so that it's they've kind of headlined what the paragraphs are about, and I'm sure all of you guys read this in detail, but it is kind of, you have the report, which is, basically summarizing the report, your responsibility for the financial statements, our responsibility in doing the audit, and then you have the opinions, which we issued unqualified opinions. And then if you turn to page 3, there's just a couple more paragraphs, what they call other matters on the required supplementary information, which is management's discussion analysis, the budgetary comparison, and then your funding progress for your retiree health plan, and then just the other supplementary information. So they have just kind of revamped that and put some more information in there, and maybe just explain the responsibility for all the reports a little bit more. If you turn to page 17, this is the statement of revenues, expenditures, and changes in fund balances. When we went through the comments and stuff, I kind of went through the cash basis part of where you were at position-wise for cash. This page here is the summary of GAAP. I mean, it's the accrual basis. It's got the accounts payable, the accounts receivable, those types of things in here. And they're again broke out general basic, which includes general supplemental, cemeteries, mental health, rural services, secondary roads, debt service, capital projects, and then what we consider the other non-major funds, which are like REAP, recorder's management, those types of things. If you look towards the bottom of the page there, it says changes in fund balances. You'll notice that general basic went down about 480, well, general went down about 480,000, mental health up about 270, rural services down 181, secondary roads down 147, debt service down 99, and then capital projects went down 3 million. I mean, what you have to remember there is that in 2011-12 you bonded for the Garden Wind Farm, and then you basically spent the money in 2012-13. That's why it went down so much. So, and there again, I mean, for the day-to-day activity in the county, you guys pretty much use your cash basis information. You run on a cash basis, you budget on a cash basis, but you know, we're of course required to report on an accrual basis. So like I said, this is more probably what financial statements would look like for a business.
Okay.
Like I said, it's got the payables, the receivables, those types of things in it. You know, we did go through the comments. There was some comments, segregation of duties in the recorder's office, some other things that we found in the recorder's office, certified budget. Basically, you exceeded the budget, and the main reason for that is even though the hospital is going to turn around and pay the money to fund the bonds, the $20 million, because you guys are actually contractually obligated to that if they wouldn't make the payments, have to be included in your budget process. And Jessica didn't know that, and I actually had to contact the state auditor's office about how to handle that. And so we had to actually technically go back and put that $20 million back into your budget thing. So, I mean, it was exceeded because of that, but not for any other reason.
And there was nothing illegal about what we were doing.
No, it's just a reporting thing, right? And
it's all about transparency.
Right, so basically what's going to happen in the future is when the county, or when the hospital contributes the money, or pays the bonds, you're going to show that as a contribution coming into debt service,
yeah.
And then you're actually going to show the expenditure going back out again. The money actually has to flow through your financial statements,
Yeah,
since
exactly.
you're contractually obligated for those bonds. Does that make sense
Yeah.
to everybody? Okay. So that's the reason that was in there. We talked about the business transactions with Jody, but you do go out for bids for that, so there's no issues there. And then we also talked about the capital lease purchase agreement that we just need to make sure in the future that public hearings are held in accordance. Once you enter any form of payment plan for any type of capital purchases, the public hearings have to be held. So, and you know, our recommendations and your responses are in there. So, I gave a news release to Jessica. When you approve the audit report, she'll put that into the paper. It's just kind of a summary of the revenues, expenditures, our findings, and that type of stuff. And once you approve it, I will send the final copies down to the state auditor's office, and also I send an electronic copy down so it goes on their webpage. So.
Sounds good, thank you.
Yep, does anybody have any questions?
Thanks for your time, Beth.
Yeah, no problem, I'm glad to do it.
Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion to accept the auditor's report.
I'll second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
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 Aye. Motion carries. Thank you.
Yep.
Out of our hair. Come on.
Next on the agenda is a resolution authorizing transfer of funds. And that is from the Pioneer Cemetery, completing the Kid Wilder of $2,500.
Yeah, last year, after they fixed that big project, they didn't have a whole lot of money left to operate for the remainder of the year until they were able to request the tax dollars be levied to support their fund. So you graciously gave them $2,500, and it was done by transfer. And it was not a loan, it was a gift. But since then, they've been able to levy the taxes, and tax monies come in, and they would like to be able to give that back. So they had it budgeted, and in order to move the money this year, I need it done by resolution.
Okay. Thank you. Do we have a resolution or motion for this?
I'll make a motion to approve the resolution authorizing the transfer of funds.
I will second that.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, this is roll call.
Ron?
Aye.
Brian?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Utility permit, secondary roads department.
Utility permits. The guys went to go pick up the brush cutter and the hoe today, so hopefully they're on their way back. And they're gonna do a trial run right there at the shop along the road there. There's quite a bit of brush, so that way we're close to home in case something happens, so.
They can do that today or tomorrow, or what are they thinking?
Today.
Today, okay.
Yep. And then we'll mobilize it tomorrow, start getting it out in the county.
Okay.
Sounds good. Thank you, Daryl. Do you have anything else that's secondary roads?
No, just the contract for the.
Okay, well, I'll go to the contract then. Approval of contract with Boulder Contracting LLC of Grundy Center for RCB Culvert Replacement Project BRS-CO 4272 60-42 located on Highway D25.
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
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 Aye. Motion carries. Other business.
Quiet room today.
Hearing none. Number 13 is a closed session to discuss imminent litigation with county attorney, and I would need a motion to do that.
I would make that motion to go into closed session with our county attorney.
And I'll second.
Well, I'm going to ask to back up here a little bit, just so we make sure we comply with the Iowa code. And this will come in before the second. Brian, I think we would also have to include in the motion not only to discuss basically imminent litigation, but that where the disclosure of what's being discussed would be likely to prejudice the position of the county if it were made known.
I'll include that in my motion then.
And I'll second.
Has been moved and seconded. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
I think this one has to be roll
Roll
call.
call.
as well.
Brian?
Aye.
Ron?
Aye.
Lance?
Aye. I'm gonna have to ask everybody to leave, or do we want to leave?
Either one. I mean, either one in regard to that.
Everybody's already up. I guess we just make sure we shut that off.